Right, here we go. Doing another alien radio signal hunt tonight. Let's get ourselves alive everywhere. Oh. There we go. How are we doing tonight, everyone? Carl is already in. You're waiting. How are we doing? Sadly, the weather is not playing ball, so it looks like we are doing a signal hunt tonight. How are you doing, Carl? Good to see you in there. So yeah, we're going to be searching the stars, hoping to hear E.T. say hello. We're already having internet issues, that's frustrating. Hopefully they won't last too long. But yeah, we're going to be scanning the skies, hoping to hear E.T. say hello there, looking for those potential alien radio signals coming in from across the stars. I'm good, yeah, good here, although I've realised all of my Christmas shopping, and not all of it, about 4 presents I've sent to my old address, so I've got to rebuy them, so I'm a little bit frustrated by that, but hey-ho, we'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, we're searching for potential alien radio signals coming in tonight from amongst the stars there. We're searching on a frequency called the hydrogen line. That's the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize we are most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message from another civilization. In the past, there have been a few interesting signals detected right here, right, that yellow line at the top of the screen there, and that is what we are hoping to detect tonight. As the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star with a planet that is inhabited by life and sending us a message. Xena is in, and Tank, how are we doing, guys? Good to see you in. Hopefully the connection's not as bad as last night there. That's a nightmare. When I moved, I set up all of my addresses everywhere. I got it all done like in advance. Like I was on the ball with it, and it hasn't been a problem all year. But it turns out that there's like obviously a couple of websites that I only order like from Etsy or somewhere like that, you know, as gifts, Christmas, and it's just slipped through the net. So I am kicking myself with that one there. But hey ho, it happens, doesn't it? There, T as well, good to see you in there. Won't be online tomorrow night as a bit of work. Oh, that's a bit rough. Thursday night of work in there. But hey, we'll enjoy you, we'll appreciate you while you're here. There, Marcus as well, thank you for the heart, appreciate that. And it all goes back into the stream there. And good evening to see you there. So yeah, we're doing another alien radio signal, because signal hunt, sorry, because the weather is not playing ball, but tomorrow is looking clear, so maybe a skywatch, or if the moon's up, maybe another moon watch tomorrow there. But tonight, yeah, we're going to be scanning the skies, definitely on the lookout for potential alien radio signals there. Paul is in the house, Shepsy too, it's tickers there. There, all free orbs for 3 nights in a row, Tank. Always very active there. Toronto is seeing activity too. Why is it so quiet around here, around these parts? We had that sighting a couple of weeks ago, but it's been a bit quiet since then. Not long now. Exactly, Zina. And there's an aurora watch tonight. Yeah, we're a little bit far down south, but if you're up a little bit higher, like you guys, you might catch a sight of the aurora, although it's a bit cloudy out here, definitely in this part of the UK, sadly. How are the skies where you all are tonight? So we've got our friend, the interference signal is back, and it's looking a little bit stronger actually today. Let's get my cursor over to there. So yeah, look, we're getting the interference signal. That's interesting, but we're not getting it as we was the other day. We were getting a slight rise right there on the hydrogen line, and we're not getting it, are we, tonight? So let's see, we never know. Are we going to pass over the right star at the right time tonight? If we do get a signal, it'll only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds there. That is how long it takes with the Earth's rotation for us to be on, over and off a target. Kate's in, how are we doing? And yet technically you're early. There. Doing the moon. No, we did the moon last night, Tank, but it's too cloudy and rainy at the minute tonight. So hopefully it'll either be a skywatch tomorrow, or if the moon is still up at the right point, which it should be, hopefully it might be a moon watch again tomorrow. There, Marcus, thank you for feeding Alan. It's his first alien pets of the night.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Do appreciate that there. Have to change your name there to Kate the Early. as well. We're clear now. Cloudy here in Greenwich. I was clear, now cloudy. We had a lovely clear day, lovely winter blue skies here, and I was going, oh, maybe it'll hold, maybe it will hold, until about 8, and then poof, clouds and rain for the rest of the evening there. Never seen the Northern Lights here in Aberdeen. Oh, well, you're high up. You should have a reasonable chance. I've obviously never seen it down here, down the south. We did last year, wasn't it? They had the really strong one where people were seeing it really, really far down. But typically, that night, I was working in a city, so very light polluted, and I couldn't see it there, so very frustrated there. And also, thank you for the likes. It's those likes and those shares, guys, that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves there, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. And Damo as well, thank you for the heart. How are you now? I'm all good. I've got over my fall from yesterday, but I'm in the heights of kicking myself because I was telling Carl this when we came on the stream. I've realised that I've sent about 4 presents at least to my old address, which is halfway across the country there, and there's not a chance really of getting them back, so that's going to be double present spending there. Kate the Inconsistent. Kate the Surprising, I think, is a fairer name there. Got some great pictures last year in London. Oh, lucky. So you got it in London. I was in Bristol, I think, and I didn't get any of it there, sadly, there. How do you fall? So, going out in my garden, it's actually, you have to go up like a floor. As soon as you come out the back door, you go up a floor onto the main garden there, and we put our tripod with a camera right at the top of those steps, and they're kind of wooden train sleeper steps, and they are so slippery, and the whole year we've been here, I'm like, I need to put some grip on there. I'm gonna slip on that. I'm gonna slip, and I warn every guest to go, be careful, take it slow. And I know at some point I was gonna fall, and last night I did when I put the camera out. Then I had to bring it back in very quickly because it started raining. Then we put it out again, but I went straight down on my arse. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. I thought it would be a lot worse than that. It was hilarious to see. We did have a request for the Ring camera footage from you guys, but sadly, I don't think it recorded there. That would be straight up as a clip there. We're lucky, to be honest, especially this far south. Yeah, we don't get much action, do we, like that? This far south. You take it, Kate, as well, and Ugly as well. Thank you for the gifts. That's very kind. All the gifts, the subs, and this one, they all go straight back into the stream there, helping us improve what we do there. And Kate coming in with the shares. How are you tonight, Will? Good to see you. We're all good. We are in our happy place with all of you guys searching for more evidence of the unknown. How about you, Wilma? There. Did it wake you up? Slightly there. Jumped out of my skin there. Internet's still a bit rubbish. It's so bad around here tonight. It was all right during the day. We didn't have any issues. Typical. Come on stream now. Hopefully it'll settle down. Hopefully. But I need to throttle my ISP. We've not got many good options around here because it's the country. There's like one service provider. So it's either that or Starlink there. And Kate, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Hello Santa. I'm the green Santa. It blends in, doesn't it, with the background there. How you doing, Harko? Good to see you. Tickers and Marcus, thank you for the likes, guys. Damo stamping, but we will do when the stamp arrives. It's on its way. I'm hoping it will be here for Friday for our next deep dive there. Where would it? How amazing it is to be here in the whole of time. I think you're totally right there, Zena. We are here at a very particular point in time. Now, every generation has had its new technological leaps or its events there, but I remember pre-internet, I was just on that cusp of young, into sort of a teenager when the internet was around there. I now looking at this same sort of transition time now for AI and things like that. What does that mean? But then you look sort of geographically and geologically there as well. The fact that we're here right now where the moon is at that perfect position to give us the solar eclipses there. Atlas is changing acceleration again. It is such a strange object, isn't it? There. Angry. I do listen to Angry. I like Angry, but I feel he's treading a line at the minute. I feel like he's straying ever so slightly from his original content, and I think he's not clickbait. He's not. He's better than that. But he's getting close. Like, I can feel that he's going. Because he's mentioned a few times that it's only the UFO stuff and only the Atlas stuff that is getting his videos the views. So I feel like he's leaning into it, and maybe where he's finding his feet, he's leaning in a bit too hard. Like, a lot of it's interesting. I don't disagree with it, but I'm like, I'm keeping an eye on him for that one. Like in the hat there. Thank you there. It's still fine on YouTube. Maybe it's a TikTok thing tonight. Then. I see tickers in there, and the Island Beach cam channel is achieving its own archiving its own footage. That are excellent. So we'll be able to go back and have a look. Have you caught any good ones recently? Is that where you saw the recent orb sightings there? V is in the house. Good to see you there, V. How are you doing this evening? Morgs there as well. Sadly, I'm living on the other side of the North Sea. Otherwise, I could drive and bring you some funds. Oh, man. But that's more the bonus, isn't it? That we can now make friends internationally here. That's what I do love about this. I swear a lot about TikTok, but it has allowed us to meet all of you guys there. So, yeah, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt once again tonight. The weather is not playing ball. So yeah, we're going to be searching for a potential alien radio signal coming in from amongst the stars, maybe from another alien civilization deep out there in space. There have been a number of interesting potential candidate signals detected over the years, and we are hoping to catch one like that ourselves there. And if we do, it'll only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds there. That is how long these sorts of distances there with the Earth's rotation that our dish will be on over and then sweep off of the target there, and it will come up at the top part of the screen here. This is the line of interest, the frequency, the channel and the dial there, where scientists theorize we are most likely to hear those messages if there is a civilization putting them out there, and that is where those past ones have been heard before. V as well, thank you for the gifts, I appreciate that. And Raf is in the house. How are we doing, Raf? Where are we? In there. It was last night between 3 and 4. I do at some point want to do like a review stream of some footage. I just never get around to doing it, but I wouldn't mind adding that to the mix sometime, maybe in exchange for doing this one there. But yeah, so that's what we're doing, the alien radio signal hunt stream there. Most notably the WOW signal. That's one of the best candidate signals ever detected back in the late 1970s. Had all of the hallmarks of an intelligent radio signal, not of this Earth. And to this day, it still hasn't been fully disproven there. They haven't been able to explain it. But there are more signals, and they do seem to be coming up a little bit more frequently. They used to be once every few decades, and then it was once a decade, and now it's multiple times per decade. And the rumour is if you've got a big enough radio telescope there, very sensitive key, those quiet ones, you can even tune in to a regular anomalous signal coming from our closest stellar neighbour there, Proxima Centauri. I think, wouldn't that be cool? Sadly, our dish isn't that sensitive, but wouldn't it be cool just to think that there may be a civilization, intelligent civilization, that close by at a similar technological stage as well? Is that dangerous, or is it interesting there? Grandad as well, thank you for the likes there, appreciate that. And everybody, thank Marcus when you claim the treasure box there over on the TikToks. Could do a deep dive on the footage. 100%. What was the idea? Somebody posted something earlier, and I was like, that is... it was Amanda. Amanda sent me something. But yeah, there's new whistleblower information. I think it was on Reddit there, like the one that we're going to be doing this Friday's deep dive. Who was the molecular biologist? There's new whistleblower claiming to have insight on, I think, Area 51 and some other stuff. I caught a little bit on it, and I think we're going to have to do that as our next deep dive. But this Friday, yeah, we're going to be doing the molecular biologist who claims to have worked on the Grey's Anatomy, their genetics and things like that. You can join us for free if you use the link in our bio there, and you get the whole month, so you can join us for a second one as well, and also watch the past ones back there. So do join us over there. That's 11 PM UK time. We're going to be doing that. V coming in with the shares. And Debster, how's it going? It's going okay. It's going all right. We're getting ourselves rolling tonight. We're 13 minutes in. And are we going to get a signal? I think was it UV is saying if you can feel it, you can feel it in the air. We are getting close. We're putting in the hours, and each hour we do increases our statistical odds of getting a hit there. So at any point it could come up on our screen. It's the right place at the right time. Are we going to be passing over the right star? as they're sending a signal there. Clear skies here, and the aurora alert. Debster, I'm a bit jealous. It was clear and beautiful all day here, and got up to about 8 o'clock, and then absolutely started coming down, so that's why we're doing this. But hey, if you get some good pictures of the aurora, I want to see those guys. A V coming in with the stickers there. And where are we? Over on the tubes. I see a mention of Doritos there. The Island Beach Camp has a flight tracker, and you can see nothing in the air but the orbs. Oh, so they combined it. That is brilliant there to do the overlay. So you can actually filter those things out live. That is brilliant. And more piles of Doritos. You've got that big bag of crisps you were given, chips, wasn't it, Tickers, there? You're munching the hobnobs for dinner there, Raf. And G-Wag, how are you doing? Good to see you over there as well. Hobnobs with a brew. Oh my god, you're getting me hungry, guys, there. How? Excellent. Right, where are we? Anywhere else? Anyone had any aurora pics? Kate, good question. Has anybody had any aurora pictures there for this year? And I can feel it's going to happen soon. We hit the 54% the other night. Now, I'm glad you keep track of that. I always forget to keep an eye on that. But what V's referring to there is the signal strength here. So this is kind of the overall power. Now, what we're mostly monitoring at the minute is just the background signals of the universe there. All sorts of things making noise in radio. A little bit of us, man-made, but mostly just natural background noise. In fact, what you're hearing now, if I lower down the volume, that is the cosmic microwave background. Scientists theorize it's the remains or the leftover remnants of the Big Bang that we're hearing, and that's what that line is at the minute, and that's what we're tuned into there. So the thing, we're talking about this overall strength. It's that's about 50% on the graph there, but we are seeing this background going up a bit, which is a little bit odd there. So why is that? Debster as well, thank you for the heart, and Kate.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan. Let me roll those down. Not so far tonight. I will keep an eye out. And if you do want to see it there, where? Getting me hungry, guys, there over on the tubes. Turns into just a food channel. Their plan, their palm had a shrimp cocktail sauce. It's just all food and getting me hungry, guys, over there. And if you're wondering who I'm talking about there, that is... We are also over on these. We're actually on the purple one at the minute. We're having a bit technical with that, but we are on the red one, the tubes there, and you can join us, see a little bit more of the screen, just like that. There's more analysis going on, so it is worth it, and it's also part of your stamps to be following us over there as well. So yeah, have that as a backup there. Is this supposed to be the supermoon tomorrow, and the meteor shower is supposed to happen? So I think you're right. I think the supermoon is, which might turn perfectly, mightn't it, for turn out perfectly, because I think the weather should be clear enough for us to do a moon watch tomorrow. So hey ho, that could be a good little turnout there. Maybe a meteor shower to top it off would be absolutely brilliant. There, then Scooter. We do. Dexter as well. Are we still potato commenting tonight? Oh god, I've said it already. I'm waiting for the first one to come in there. V, thank you for feeding Alan.
Thank you for the alien pets, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sam and I'm here. How are we doing? And Jan and Sam, how are we doing, DJ? Good to see you in tonight there. There's Alan. Right. Yes, if you're joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight, searching the stars, hoping to hear E.T. saying hello. There, as the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star that's inhabited, got a planet that's inhabited, and be sending us a signal. We don't know what frequency those aliens may be sending these transmissions. Maybe it's daily, maybe it's hourly, maybe it's monthly, maybe it's yearly. But how long are their years? You know, our years, our seasons are all dictated by our orbits and these celestial positions there. So what would that be for another planet around another star? How do we account for that? And what is a reasonable timeline for an alien that maybe lives a lot longer than us or a lot shorter than us there? So we don't know what the frequency they're going to be. We just have to keep our ears to the skies, listening out and hopefully detecting those signals there. And when we do, it's going to be like winning the lottery. They are so rare. And Carl, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. And it all goes back into the stream. Still not out great. Oh, DJ. Well, hopefully going to be life changing. You're gonna have your Christmas. You get in your gear, and we're going to have some awesome YouTube content from you. Going to be what was her name on Most Haunted? It was Yvette Fielding, wasn't it? You're going to be the next Yvette Fielding. Now, where are we then? Thank you for the heart. I need a steak over there. And Atlas is emitting X-rays. Oh, I didn't know that. Is there a natural or explanation for that? Because X-rays is quite interesting. There. I know, sort of radiation stuff can do similar things like that, but I wouldn't have thought it would be detectable for something like that. So that is quite interesting there. They've fallen off a bit there. So Atlas used to hold up the sky. They changed it to a sphere. Is a vector corrected for a gravitational shear? Oh yeah, because I was hearing something about where it's coming in to now aligned coming into Jupiter. Or Jupiter's orbit there is going to be at that sort of Lagrange point, that transition of the gravity there, something matching like that, which is very, very interesting. There, everybody thank Marcus for the coins if you haven't already there. And V's already voted on our movie club, so excellent. Excellent, you voted for E.T. What did I vote for? I think I voted for Super 8, because it's a lesser-known Spielberg one, and we all know that Spielberg has got some connection with the phenomena, hasn't he, there? But, guys, do remember, over on the Movie Club section of our Discord, we're voting now for December's movie, where we're all watching along at the same time. It's going to be December 26th. There, currently, E.T. is in the lead, but there's a few to choose from. I think it's E.T., Super 8, and Battleship there. All alien-themed movies for our Movie Club, so do join us for those ones as well. DJ, thank you for the heart there. Met the most haunted team and have been an investigator. Oh, Carl, that is cool. What are they like off camera? Because I always find it quite interesting when you meet people that are they're on camera all the time. They're putting on that persona, as part of their job, and then you see them off camera, and then some people are exactly the same off of camera, and some people are totally different. There. What are the options, Kate? Yeah, so it's Battleship, E.T. and Super 8, I think there. But you can have multiple votes there, because knowing our luck, one of them will come off in time there. Still cry at it. I can't remember even watching E.T. all the way through. So, you're partly, if we watch that, it might be my first proper watch through of it there. They're really funny, excellent. Oh, that is always good, isn't it, when they're actually better in a person there. And Derek Akora, he was fucking hilarious, especially with his possession. Yeah, he was an interesting character. It was an entertainment show based on things, but there was the entertainment factor, and they were good at that, weren't they? They definitely pushed the needle, because before them there really wasn't anything out there, so they had to come in, didn't they, at that sort of broad appeal. They couldn't go in too serious, or it just wouldn't have got the popularity, the traction. People needed to be warmed up, the mass public there. They did a lot for it there. I wonder if it will hit Jupiter now. That would be interesting. I don't think it's on course for it yet, but you never know because of all these changes and corrections there. A true Scouse piss-taker. Come forward. Yeah. Apparently he was, Tickers. Apparently he was there. Oh, is it Abrahams? I always thought it was Spielberg. But then I'm not a movie buff there. I did watch it, but I can't remember. I knew it was one of the notable ones there. E.T. was awesome. It is a classic, and it's one of those ones that they do say, was it seeded? Was the idea and the storyline of E.T. kind of given and pushed to kind of give the public a baseline understanding of what E.T.s might be like, what aliens might be like there, to adapt our understanding, to warm us up to a possible disclosure. Originally, it was going to be what's that one? There. And are you sure the frequencies are being detected from the trillions of miles away? Space needs a medium to propagate, though. Not radio waves don't need a medium. Not the electromagnetic spectrum. The sound waves do, but not radio waves. And also, space isn't a true vacuum. It's a near vacuum, but it's not a true vacuum. For that there. They turned the movie down. It's totally in your hands there, Raph. Ah, Spielberg, so there was an association with it. Because I know Spielberg's got such a connection with the UFO phenomenon. Doesn't normally publicly talk about it. Although there wasn't there? He did talk to, was it James Fox, the director, producer of, the Virginia ones. He's done a few UFO documentaries, but apparently he wrote a letter to the director there saying, well done. This is really, really spot on there. So he does have a strong interest in the real UFO angle there. He was. Where are we? Over on the tube. Sorry, guys, I've been neglecting you there. And then KF8, how are we doing? What antenna are you using for 1G? So we've got a parabolic mesh antenna there that is tuned for the hydrogen line. So the actual receiving horn on it is, whatever it needs to be, the right length or whatever for it. Then it comes in through various amplifiers, low noise amplifiers and filters to kind of give us our best chance there. But it's a large parabolic mesh antenna. And we're looking at the hydrogen lines. It's 1.420 there. The channel on the radio dial, the frequency that scientists theorize, if ET is out there and they're going to be sending us a message, this is the channel that they would use. And in the past, we have detected some very interesting signals on this frequency indeed. Most notably the WOW signal back in the late 70s there. A really good case of a non-organic radio signal not coming from this Earth there, which is very interesting. But there have been other candidate signals detected, some from our closest stellar neighbour there as well. Wouldn't that be just something there? Just setting up. I read that, Marcus, as just selling the kids. I thought, I know Christmas is expensive, but there. Awesome, KF. KF, are you a radio guy? Because there's another phenomena which might be connected to the UFO world in the era radio, and I'm always interested to hear people if they've had experiences with the long delay echoes there, the 7-second return. Have you ever had an experience of that? And Owen's in. How are we doing, matey? And thank you for the gifts there, Benny, as well for the gifts. Sorry, I missed all of those. Appreciate that, Carl and DJ. All of the gifts are much appreciated. They all go straight back into the stream. Let me scroll through down there. He's selling them off. Yeah. Kate, do you want some more? You can buy some. Don't be giving us ideas. See your free eye. Atlas is starting to break. Is it now? I've lost track. There's so much going on at the second there. But I wouldn't be surprised. Comets do, don't they? So maybe that points it in the direction of Comet a bit more there. KF, ham radio operator. I love it there. So you're going to know a lot more about the radio world than me. Have you ever had any strange experiences in the radio world that you cannot explain? I'd love to hear about that. And how do you feel about the ET, the alien phenomena in general? Are you open to the idea that life may be out there? How about that life is maybe abundant, but these distances are too fast? Or is there good evidence that maybe we are being visited here on this Earth? You can see it everywhere. Everybody is welcome here. It's always interesting to know where everybody sits on the subject there. EMI, or Earth, Moon, Earth, and bouncing your signal off the moon will have a delay, but just 2 to 3 seconds. So this is the interesting thing, isn't it? I love it here. So what we're talking about, these long delay echoes, they're about 7 seconds, and because of that 7 seconds, it's really confusing because there's nothing out there to reflect it. So as KF8 said there, that you get ones when the moon is reflecting, bouncing your radio signal back to you there, and at that distance it's about 2 to 3 seconds to go both ways, out and back, but for 7 seconds that means there is something at 3.5 seconds at the speed of light away from us, and so to send that signal there and back. But at 3.5 seconds, what is out there? Well, the rumour is that lines up perfectly with what is called Lagrange points there, and they are the parking spots of space. Everything should be in orbit, should be in motion up there, relatively speaking, moving around. But there are these handful of places where the gravitational sort of effects of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun, they kind of cancel each other out, and therefore, if you put something in there, it's not going to eventually fall in all the way back down there. And that, if you were an alien species, you want to put a probe to monitor a planet over a long period of time, that is where you'd want to put it. So we're getting also this effect now on Earth, that there seems to be something at that sort of distance that is sending our signals back there. So you've had those ones, the local ones, but you've not had the long delay echoes there. And couldn't tell my kids I'd have to pay for someone to take them. I'm sure Alan could make use of them down the mines. Kieran O'Keefe, Danny Robbins, and Evan Horris are excellent. I do love the Uncanny podcast. Absolutely brilliant. We've got any other Uncanny fans in the house? Be coming in with the hashtags. I do appreciate those likes and those shares, guys. It helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. If you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We are searching the stars, hoping to hear a signal from an extraterrestrial civilization there. These distances are so vast, and these signals are very, very rare indeed, but they do happen. And there are an interesting number of candidate signals, and we are searching in the right place. We are searching on the hydrogen line, that's the yellow line at the top of the screen, and it is the channel on the radio dial, the frequency that scientists theorise that out of all of the different channels on the dial there, this is the place most likely to hear the message. Is anybody else out there? Where are we? It's just coming up there. And Janie, how are we doing there? Is Atlas still in our solar system? Haven't been keeping up lately. Same, but I do think it is. It's on its approach to Jupiter now, on its way out there. And Ayup's in there, late to the party. You're not Kate, Ayup. But good to see you in there. My kids would cost Alan. They won't do anything unless he bribes them with Roblox. This is Alan who uses mind powers there, and over on the tubes, guys, we've been neglecting you a little bit over there. Let's have a look. Where are we? It's E.T. used Reese's Pieces. Mars and M&M. Oh, that was it. Yes, it was the M&Ms, wasn't it? Yeah, turned them down. Yes. And bet they were kicking themselves about that, yeah. Doing a movie, Cape. Oh yeah, so they've got Spielberg's got another one coming out next year, isn't it? And it's called Disclosure, I think, which is going to be very, very interesting. Another alien-themed one. Maybe it is a literal disclosure there. And Stephen, how are we doing there? I just found your channel and I think it's cool, so I've subscribed to. Oh, thank you. And from Corsica, I love our international viewers. Stephen, thank you so much. Sorry, I had to wait a second for us to get to you there, but I'm glad you find it cool. I do as well. When we first started doing this, wasn't sure if anybody would be interested, but we found a really cool little community which share knowledge and experience. So welcome to the crew there, Stephen. Hopefully we'll have some skywatches coming up soon as well. We'll get to see a lot of action on those there. John Williams to score it as well. Where are we there? How are we doing? Scroll down there. Been out 3 nights in a row, really there. Let me scroll down as well. I think I might have missed a few there. It's hard to keep track with the old YouTube ones. It scrolls there. And as Ticker says, we do a live Skywatch basically every night. If it's clear, we're doing this, guys. If it's not clear, if it's not clear, we're doing this. We're doing the live alien radio signal hunt. If it is clear, though, we get the camera out and we do a live UFO UAP Skywatch here, right over Wiltshire, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country. But tomorrow, I think the moon is going to be up and clear, so we might be doing a moon watch, seeing all the weird and wonderful things going on around the moon. And last night, we saw our first case of TLP, which is trans-lunar phenomena. The weird lights, flashes, glows, outgassing that happens on and around the moon that astronomers have seen but cannot explain. We saw a light patch that appeared to be glowing, and apparently after AUP did some research, other people have witnessed this in the same crater as well, and it shouldn't be. It should actually be a darker crater. So we spotted something weird last night, didn't we? Which was cool. Hopefully we'll see something like that again as well. And as AUP says as well, lots of updates over in our Discord community there for Free Eye Atlas, but also lots of general UFO UAP updates coming through in the interesting things section. To get my words together there. I hate Roblox, and my daughter is obsessed. It's so expensive. Jesus, kids are spending the money on these things. I'm glad I don't. I've just got Alan to deal with there. Pain of your life. Stamp, sadly, it's on its way. It's on its way. There is a chance we'll have it for Friday, the stamp, so we can start stamping you in. Idilla, how are you doing? Good to see you in there. And Louis J, thank you for the likes, guys. It's those likes and those shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, building up a little Skywatcher community, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena. Where are we there? And for the new people, so I was reading through some messages. If you missed out last night, guys, we're launching this. We're talking about with the stamp here. We're launching our stream passports here. So if you haven't got one already, type the word passport in the chat and we'll fill you one out. And the idea is when the stamp arrives, so it hasn't got it yet, we put your name in here, but there are 12 little tasks that you can do whilst you're on our streams, and then we'll give you the rubber stamp, and once you've filled out your 12 there, we'll post you it too, so you get a little bit of a stream souvenir there. So you just put passport in the chat and we'll fill you one out for that. But the tasks are things like, follow us on TikTok or follow us on the tubes, join us for a SETI stream and join us for a skywatch and all those sorts of things like that. Once you got your 12, we can post them off to you there. So if there is anybody who didn't get theirs filled in last night, let us know and we'll fill you one in now, and then you'll be ready for the time that the stamps arrive and we can start stamping you all off there. How have you been, Idilla? We're all good. We're all good here. We're in a happy place, all of you guys searching for the strange and anomalous there. And V,
Thank you for the alien pet skies.
thank you for feeding Alan there. Where are we? Over on the tubes as well. There. So did you know tardigrades evolve more radiation resistance through generation? No, I didn't know that. Already really interesting little creatures. Again, I think we're scratching the surface of what can survive out there in space. I think we just assumed, didn't we, that because most things can't, I think we're going to find quite a lot. Wasn't it some sort of moss or a plant that was actually survived out for quite a while out there in the vacuum of space? And it was totally fine there. It's got to, I think we've, oh yeah, that's true, isn't it? Because we're still coming up to its, it's not perihelion, is it? Perigee, there we go. It's when its closest point to the Earth is still coming up, so we might even be able to do a little bit of a free ice stream for that one there. Let me scroll through, you see Alan there. Oh yeah, so I did the passports, yeah. And we're definitely excited about the full moon. Yeah, hopefully we'll be clear as expected and we'll do a nice moon stream. But these are the passports, little stream passports, little souvenirs basically. And when you attend all of the 12 different types of streams that we do basically, you get a stamp in each and then we'll post it to you. So you get like a little physical souvenir there. So just let us know. At the minute, they're meant to be free. We need to figure out a way to take people's details though, so at the minute it costs £3 to post it, but we're trying to make that free totally. So we're definitely excited about that one tomorrow as well there. I read there's a massive USO heading for the east coast of the US. V, I haven't heard that one. Well, glad it's not heading for over here there. Yeah, near Norwich. I'll be up your way in a couple of weeks. They'll be going through Norwich on the train, actually. There. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. It's a little bit of a stream souvenir there. In fact, now the feral children have settled. You've not sold them then, because that's where we were going, Marcus. Alan was going to put them to use in the mines. Well, you could definitely argue the animal cruelty there, Jolly. There. Space is strange, as it's so cold in space, yet we can feel the heat of the sun here on Earth. So that is trying to get your head around that. That's why spacesuits are white, because if they weren't white, on the surface there, they would, when they're in the direct sunlight, they would cook. You know, it's like the old infrared heaters in the old beer gardens, the pub there. You know, that's when you're in direct line of that sunlight, it would actually cook you. So they have to be white to reflect that heat. But yet space is so cold. Kind of get our heads around that one. Amy Lee, thank you for the like. How are you doing today? Good to see you in. You need a passport. We've not signed you up yet, have we? Only for the stream passports. Where are we up to date here and there? Yeah, no, we're up to date across the... I think we are. No, we're not. We're almost up to date. There we go. So yeah, guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. Once again tonight, we're searching the stars with a very large radio antenna there, hoping to hear ET say hello. As the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star that has a planet that's inhabited that will be sending us a signal there. So that's what we're doing tonight, and we do this every night that the clouds are there, because we stream basically every night. If the clouds aren't there, as in tomorrow night, hopefully if the weather plays ball, we'll be doing a live UFO, UAP, Skywatch, or I think the moon is going to be up, so it's more likely going to be another moon stream. There's some actual footage, and we'll talk about all the details, all the craters, all the weird and wonderful things going on the moon. Last night we did a moon stream, and we saw some weird things there. Amy, what's the passport? So, right, we'll have to sign you up for this. There's a little stream souvenir here. What it is, we fill your name out on it, and then when you attend the different types of streams that we do, so like little tasks, so follow us on TikTok, follow us on the tubes there, attend a Skywatch, attend a SETI one, we'll stamp you for every one that you do, and then once you've completed it, we can post it off to you, so you have a little physical stream souvenir. It's open to everyone there. At the minute, it costs a couple of quid to get it posted, but that's only because we need the shop mechanism to take your address in a GDPR compliant way. But so we are trying to get it down to free, but they won't do free on a shop. They do a minimum of £3 as a transaction. So we are trying to figure out a better way of doing that, because we don't want people to have to pay. But hopefully we'll have that figured out by the time people have completed their passport. So we're aiming for it to be free for people there. So if you want one, just saying, we'll fill it out, and then when the stamp arrives, because the stamp hasn't arrived just yet, then we can start stamping you guys on all of those actions there. And A up, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
And everybody thank Marcus for the treasure box when you claim that there. When you do your clipping, do you scrub through to see what you can see? Yeah, so I normally do scrub through most of the episode there, at least the first 3/4 of each one, to see if there is anything interesting. The problem is, when they're so long that when you're scrubbing, it kind of gives you a frame like once every 10 seconds or something, so sometimes you do miss quite a lot with it there. But I am trying to do actual clips now per stream, Kate, so you'll notice in the folder, it's not just the full recordings. There should be actual 2-minute clips, and so I've got a little foot pedal. And the idea is that if we've said something interesting has come up, I can hit that, and the last 2 minutes of the thing will be clipped as a file. So hopefully, each one of those clips, there should be something in there, he says. There. With the dimming and brightening of that crater. Oh, good point there. Yeah, I'll try and see if I can capture that. See if there is if there's an obvious visual to it. 'Cause I remember when we saw it last night, it was definitely bright. I don't know if it was brighter than it was earlier, but it seemed brighter than the surrounding ones, didn't it? There, and Amy Lee, thank you for feeding Alan there.
Thank you for the alien pet skies.
And B, hello. We haven't got the stamp yet. It will be coming up. If you do want a passport, guys, type the word passport in the chat, and we'll fill you one out, and we can get you stamping as soon as they're in there. Oh, you're out grocery shopping, but was watching you until it got started. Oh, that's commitment there. Phone in hand, trolley in the other hand. I like that. As there. Crater. And Carl as well.
Thank you for the alien pet skies.
Thank you for doing that, guys. If you're not following us already, definitely do. So we do something like this every night there. And Marcus loving the stickers there. What do you use to edit it? I'm so ready. So I use Adobe Premiere Pro at the minute there, but you don't need to. It's just because I have that for work, so I use that one. But I'm not very good at the video editing. You've probably noticed. It's the bane of my life going through edits. I've just ordered more stickers to put in with my nephew's ex. Oh, he's not getting yours. Oh, me. A bit of luck here. We've not got many stickers left, actually, guys. So the stickers, our actual stream stickers, are available in the TikTok shop. There's only a few left. A little bit of a novelty. But yeah, make sure you grab those. To me, it looked like it was dimming and brightening of the crowd. Oh, so it did. Okay, so you could see that. So I probably wasn't paying enough attention of it. I was looking at it a little bit. I'll see if we can catch that in the edit. That full episode should be up there as well. And Cooper7, thank you for the likes. Guys, those likes and shares do help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. Are you streaming tomorrow's meteor shower? So we'll probably be doing a moon watch if it's clear, because at the minute the moon is so damn bright around here we can't see anything else in the sky. So it'll probably be a moon watch more than likely. But if we can get a good patch of the sky and it's in the right direction, we'll probably try and do that one as well. Did we figure out what it was? So this was the translunar phenomena there, the glowing that we were witnessing on the potential glowing anyway, that we were witnessing on the moon last night for yesterday's moon stream there, and it was interesting. So AAP did some research, and apparently other people have spotted the same sort of thing previously. It has a history. The really interesting thing, though, is that that crater is meant to be a darker crater because it's the type of, I think it's lava field, basically, or something they were saying. So there's actually meant to be a darker crater, but we were seeing it as a very bright, potentially glowing one. So it points in the direction of something interesting was there as well. You've done a scrub through on YouTube, but with the way it speeds across, yeah, it's very difficult. I'll try and catch something hopefully on... Actually, I've got quite a free weekend this week, so maybe a weekend, so maybe I'll be able to put in a bit more effort there. And Amanda, hello, thank you for the likes there as well. Loving the stickers, Carl. Also, the reason I've not been making any videos is because I've done something to... Oh no, Kate! And that's fair enough. It's always optional. Oh no, what did you do to your laptop? There. Evening, Noel. How are you doing? Good to see you in there. Was watching footy, and we went, well, congratulations. Congratulations. But, now you're here. That's what matters. Idilla.
Thank you for the alien pet skies.
Thank you for feeding Alan there as well. Where are we over on the tubes, guys? Are you having it? Oh, Tickers, you're off to bed there, you and Shepsy. Well, thank you for joining us. We will hopefully catch you later on in the week there. So, where are we? No, we're up to a date there. I think, yeah, we are up to a date. Loving the stickers there, B. So, guys, if you are joining us, yeah, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt again tonight. We're searching the stars, hoping to hear a message from an extraterrestrial civilization there. So, as the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky there, hopefully passing over a star that has a planet that's inhabited by a civilization. And if it is, and they're sending us that signal, we'll hopefully see it nice and clearly at the top of the screen there. We're searching on the hydrogen line, that's this yellow line right here, and it is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorise we are most likely to hear a message from an alien race if they're sending one. So we've heard a few on this frequency before in the past. There's been interesting candidate signals have come through here. They're very rare, but they do happen. The reason why scientists think that this is the best channel, the best place to hear that signal, is because, well, it's the hydrogen line. It's the frequency that hydrogen gas in the galaxy naturally emits a radio signal as it decays, and because that is the most abundant thing in our galaxy there, it's nice and consistent, and it gives astronomers there a baseline, and because of that, you can learn a hell of a lot about the universe constantly. No matter what our communication technology, there will always be eyes and ears on this frequency looking out and understanding it. So if you do want a message to be heard, out of all the different ways of communicating, out of all the different channels within radio, this is the best place to put that message, to have it observed. And that's why we're searching here there. If you met E.T., what do you think his name would be? What do you think their name would be? Alan's. That's what I think. You ain't giving it away with this, Sam. He said, dude, did I? I can't remember what I've said there. But yeah, what do you think they would be? CJs, they're all called Alan. We are Alan. I was having a joke earlier about talking about Alan signing us all up to some sort of pyramid scheme, and then he evacuates the galaxy, when it all comes crumbling down. But then Alan appears back on the screen, but as Aaron, but with a fake moustache, to avoid his debts. There, I thought that was very, very Alan there. I feel you there, Azina. So yeah. Remember, we are doing our next, and a perm, yes, and a little cowboy hat. It's Alan's cousin, Aaron, who has absolutely no debt, and no CCJs. Is that right, Alan? Aaron. Yeah, so this Friday night we are going to be doing our next deep dive, so do make sure you're joining us for that one. It's going to be over here, and it's going to be on the molecular biologist there that claims to have been working with the Greys' anatomy, their genetics, their biology there, and it was very, very interesting. It's the one we've done previously. In fact, it was our first deep dive, but it was my absolute favourite. So we're doing it again, so all of the new crew can experience it, and it was so cool to hear about. Basically, it answers so many questions if it's true. There, so it was a really, really good one there. So make sure you join us. If you use that link in our bio, it is free for the first months there. The pics from Movie Club were hilarious. So yeah, guys, you've got to check out on our Discord, link in bio. We have got our movie club there, so once a month we watch an alien-themed movie, and last Friday it was Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Alan watches along with us, and the chat, we all talk at the same time. It's absolutely hilarious, and there were some very interesting images of Alan put in that chat, so it's worth scrolling through the movie club section on our Discord there if you want a scare of what Alan could look like if he had landed a few hundred miles north. And Stephen there, what about this story about Earth actually having two moons? I mean, scientists say there is a moon, we all know, but also some very small celestial body orbiting. Anyone heard that? Yes, I've heard that, and occasionally we do capture objects every now and again, so we occasionally have more than two, but apparently, yeah, we've caught a reasonable sized one that's going to be with us for a little bit of time, apparently, there. So I have heard that. So it's not going to be one that's going to be visible to the naked eye, still very small in the scheme of things. There, but it's a very interesting one, Stephen. And do you think we're in trouble if humanity gets harvested? How are remnants gonna know his diet? I worry for their safety. Well, exactly. You know, what happens to Alan if us humans get taken away there in the next alien invasion? But if you've got your passports, you're immune to exempt from abduction, invasion, and probing there. Alan's done it there. That's no moon, that's a space station. Marcus, you're right. Well, the moon is very, very weird, and we went into it slightly yesterday, didn't we, on our moon stream? And oh, there goes the internet once more. We went into it yesterday, didn't we? A little bit there, but the moon is odd. The moon is weird. It has some questions to answer. It's a very, very strange object there, indeed, isn't it? There. Yeah. Well, so. Jolly, when they're talking about lunar eclipses there, they basically, it's meant to be, is it 400 times the size, like smaller, but also at 400 the distance, so that's why it lines up. That's the normal explanation for it there. No worries, Stephen, I do try to answer, I just, sometimes I get lost in the chat there. That's the highlight of my year, of probing. Oh, well, no, you don't want a passport then, Carl, because there'll be no more probing. Oh, the moon is plasma, and the second moon is its filament reaction. Oh, firmament reaction. Okay. And the moon doesn't look like plasma, though, because we can see it optically. It looks kind of solid. Ignorance is bliss, I think. It would be lovely. I mean, I'm still reasonably ignorant, but I think there might be Kate. Do you want to go join your friends? Give Raph some backup. I do, I'm so sore. It's been a good year then, Carl, hasn't it? Excuse me. So yeah, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt here, hoping to hear ET saying hello there as the Earth rotates. Our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star that's got an inhabited planet that will be sending us a signal. If it does, it'll come through on the top of the screen there. We want to see an ideally like a nice big clear spike of a signal, but these distances are so vast, so there's a good chance that by the time it reaches us here, it will actually be quite small. Maybe it'll even get lost in amongst that background noise, and that is where every now and again you'll see a red box appear here. What that is doing is it is checking this frequency range here around the hydrogen line, and the hydrogen line, which is the interesting frequency, it's checking to see for signs that there might be a faint signal getting lost in amongst all of that noise there. So it hasn't come up with anything yet, but we'll see. We are getting some interference signal right here. So that is what a signal is looking like there, but it's interference, and it's been with us the whole time there. Definitely didn't know it could do that. Alan is a wonder. He's a magician, a craftsman, an artist. Is Alan. It definitely can be there, Xena. He's an artisan prober. Yeah. Is our Alan? I'm also working on a Santa tracking thing for our Christmas Eve stream. So the idea is quite late probably on Christmas Eve there, whilst you're all busy wrapping presents and putting out mince pies and carrots there. We'll be able to have us on in the background as we track Santa live across the world. Still working on it though, so we'll have to see. But yeah, guys, if you're joining us, do give us a follow. We do something like this every night. If it's clear, we're doing a live UFO, UAP, skywatch. There's some actual footage of the skies here, live over Wiltshire, which is right in the heart of crop circle country here in the UK. We see all the weird and wonderful things going on in the night sky there. If it's cloudy, we're doing this, an alien radio signal hunt. Or tomorrow, it's looking clear and the moon is looking full. So we're going to probably be doing a nicer moon watch. And last night, we were doing another moon watch, and we saw some interesting things. We saw what's called translunar phenomena there, a weird glowing on the surface of the moon, which shouldn't be happening. Where are we? There as well. An interstellar probe master, if you will, Carl. Yes, he likes that title. There. Never bought the explanation for the ring. How you doing, Banana? What's the ring? I can't remember now. I've lost my total train of thought. Sorry, Banana. How are you anyway? Hope you are well. There. I suspect Alan has his own workforce underground in forced alchemy, turning lead into food, turning lead into alien pets. That's what he's doing. You got his number there as well. Kate has a flat Earth theory question. Guys, can you answer that one? I think that's one for you, Jolly. Where are we? Yeah, we are up to date. Yeah, so we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We're searching a frequency called the hydrogen line. That is the yellow line at the top of the screen, and it is the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize that excuse me, the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize we are most likely to hear the message from another alien species out there. And over the years, on this very frequency, we have detected a number of interesting candidate signals, and the frequency of these detections does seem to be increasing. So that's what we're on the lookout for tonight there. Oh, you said it's an amazing moon out tonight. It is there. Is it? So I think part of your message is getting cut off, Banana. But you talk about the halo, because I've noticed that around here. I've never seen it before. But where we are here, yes, nice. The moon is this huge ring around there when it comes through the clouds. And Carl, I could tell you that's where the program started. It is there. Kate's jumped over. She's rolling her sleeves up there, defending Raf Bentos. The halo. Yeah, I had never. They say it's ice. Really? So I had not heard that one. So I've noticed it a couple of times since being here, but I've never seen it before in my life. Now I thought it was just the light reflecting, because it's always when there's a slight haze. So I didn't know if it was the reflecting like that. But ice, interesting. Where are we? Oh, that is an interesting one there. You think we will learn that Free Eye Atlas is definitely not just a strange comet on December the 19th. I think it could be even weirder than a tech. Oh, I like that one. And personally, some type of unknown life form. You know what, Stephen? I've not even considered that one here. I've just been bouncing around the ideas of, is it alien? Is it technology? Is it a fancy organic object there, like a weird interstellar comet? And I kind of was leaning towards the... it hasn't for me done enough weird stuff, or enough the type of weird stuff. It's done a lot of weird stuff, but it hasn't been conclusive enough to say definitely it's technological or alien there. And I think it needs to be quite a high bar for me. But it's not a hard-held belief there. It can definitely be swayed, especially with some of the information that's coming out. But maybe an organism in of itself is an interesting way. I hadn't even considered that. Very, very interesting. Possibly. I mean, I think I'm still leaning to it being, you know, an organic object there, because the main argument, I think, for me against it being technological in nature is its brightness. I've heard what the weird stuff that it is doing, and it is weird, and it needs some explanation there. But if it is technological in nature, why the hell is it so bright there? Because there's a lot of material being reflected, being ejected around it, causing the coma, which is there, causing the light from the sun to reflect back. That's why it's so big and bright. So a technological object would have to be outgassing just so much material. It would seem a bit weird to be doing that. So that's the question that I think I need answering there. But I'm definitely open to all of it there as well. Bright Moon Tonight United, 100%. We're hoping to do another moon stream tomorrow. We did one last night, and we actually caught some trans-lunar phenomena. There, some TLP, a glowing crater, which was very interesting. Hopefully we'll catch something else there. And Lisa is in. How are we doing? Good to see you there. We are so lucky to have such an amazing moon on our doorstep. A little bit convenient, isn't it, Carl? A little bit convenient. The perfect stepping stone there. Not only all the weird and wonderful things that it does for maintaining the weather here on Earth, stabilizing our axial tilt and things like that, but it's also this perfect little stepping stone to get us ready for bigger space travel. And it's also perfectly aligned, isn't it, with the sun for those solar eclipses. That just shows us that little bit. It's not quite a perfect solar eclipse, is you get to see a little bit there, and therefore we can study the sun in ways that we wouldn't otherwise be able to. Well, without some advanced technology, which we probably have now. But yeah, it's a little bit convenient, a little bit too perfect there. And Danielle as well, and United, thank you for the likes, guys, there. Where is Atlas now? It's out there somewhere. I'm not quite sure, but we do know it's coming up, isn't it, soon, to its closest point to us here on Earth. So that could be interesting. It's a good question, Stephen. It's a good question there. Where are we there? Yes, it could be the metals in the rock reacting to the sun. Well, that's the comet explanation, isn't it? There, that you know, normally these volatile substances, as they get close to like a heat source, there they break apart and they fly out there. So that is definitely going on, because we're seeing that outgassing. We can measure that. So what would be a technological explanation for shedding that much material? That's the one. I'm not saying there isn't one. I just, that's what I think I need there. I'm glad to hear you're good as well there. Is our orange bump bigger tonight? It is, Lisa. You are spot on there. It is. This little interference signal does seem to be a little bit bigger for us tonight there. So maybe something is going on there. So yeah, if you are joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt here, searching the stars, hoping to hear ET say hello. We're searching on a frequency called the hydrogen line. That's the channel on the radio dial. The yellow line at the top of the screen, where scientists theorize we're most likely to hear a message from an extraterrestrial civilization if they're out there sending one. So that's what we are doing tonight, guys. Make sure you're following us, so we do this pretty much every night there. Having an interesting flat earth debate there over on YouTube. I won't read through it all there. But here's the question for the flat earth side, the genuine question. You know, you talk about the firmament, which I'm basically, you know, talking, is it that we're underwater, under a dome or something, under that theory there? What's that in? Is that on a bigger planet? Is that what people are talking about there? And then what's that in? You know, is there no such thing as space at all? You know, what's like the overarching structure there? I like the dark side of the moon. It's the perfect place to place a dish as it's facing. It is, Carl, and they want to do that, don't they? They want to repurpose potentially one of the craters there. You know, use the fact that it's already got that conical shape on the dark side of the moon. They'll just string some wires across and get the old antennae out in the middle there. That is one of the things they would like to do. And again, back to the dark side of the moon there, you're protected against all of Earth's radio signals, all of that potential interference. You've got none of that issue there. So we would be able to pick up even more fainter signals there. Was creating an Amazon wish list. Good idea, DJ. Don't tell Alan about an Amazon wish list. He'll make me set one up for him. No, Alan. What's beyond the firmament? Exactly, yeah. The firmament was first mentioned in chapter 1 of the Bible. It's a 7-kilometer deep sapphire heat-resistant crystal. Wow. But excuse me. So, like, is there, like, nothing on the other side of that? Is there, like, no existence? Strong enough to maintain an atmospheric pressure. Interesting there. So, we're quizzing the flat Earth side. It's interesting. I'm always curious. You know, you never know. So, yeah, we've got some interesting. What's the percentage? We're at 52, 53. So we're at average sort of signal strength tonight. We've got no close by stars in shot. Zorak is going to be coming into shot probably in the next half an hour. I think that's still a good couple of hundred light years away from us there. But it's quite a patch of sky. But in about a week's time, probably, we're going to be over a much busier patch of sky there. So the Orion sort of constellation is going to be coming into view for us when we're doing these streams. That's going to be quite interesting. Lots of local target stars in range when that happens there. Potential sources of signals. We suspect there's a zero dimension outside. Okay, so it's not a not known sort of thing. Okay. Interesting. Alright, there we go. We're up to a scratcher there. So yeah, Friday we're going to be doing our next deep dive. Hopefully you can all join us for that one. But we're also hoping to have the stamping. We can start stamping your passports there. And Pine Coney, how are you doing? Good to see you in. We're doing another alien radio signal hunt tonight. Lisa as well. I've just looked at my Bible. The firmament was called heaven. That's what I thought. Exactly, Stephen. I'm of that camp. I'm open to other people's opinions, but it's not one that I share at the minute. But it's always interesting to hear those as well. And Zweta, how are we doing? Good to see you in there. Coming up there as well. So yeah, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. So we've got anybody in that hasn't signed up yet for their passports. Got a few new people in. Has anybody not signed up for their stream passports yet? We put your name in it, and then as you join us for the different stream types there, our SETI stream, following us on TikTok, following us on the tubes, things like that, we're going to stamp you off, and then once they're complete, we'll post them to you there as a little bit of a stream souvenir. So if you haven't got one yet, because we signed a few of you up yesterday, type passport in the chat and we'll add you to it there. Earth must be round, as if it was flat, it would look like a sheet of paper from space. Well, that's what I thought as well. There's Gen 1 at 6 to 8, if you want specifics. Okay. I mean, when you're going back to the, what was it, the Book of Enoch as well, I think that gets kind of specific about what is up there. But I don't know exactly. don't think we're fully going to agree there. And, oh, Amy Lee. No, I've done that one. My thing wasn't updated there, but thank you for the alien pets there for Alan there. No, I did. It's something that I'd heard about recently there, because it's the Book of Enoch's quite an interesting one. It does tie in a lot with the, I think, the Anunnaki sort of stuff, all of that things there. Yeah, the Book of Enoch states he saw the full round of the earth. So even within the Bible, there is a little bit of a contradiction potentially within there. I wonder if it's an interpretation issue, or if it literally, you know, is written like that and conflicting. I don't know enough about the Bible there. And Raph! Oh no, Raph, is it not going to plan the football there? And Marcus over on the tubes. Good to see you, Em. So yeah, very, very interesting. But hopefully it's going to be... yeah, hopefully it's going to be a moon watch or a sky watch tomorrow night. In fact, let's have a look at the old... the calendar. Come on. Not the calendar, the bloody weather. That's what I'm talking about. Right, okay, so... Wednesday. No, that's tonight. Thursday. Okay, yeah, so tomorrow evening, yeah, a couple of clouds, but it is clear mostly, and we're not planning on raining. Friday, rain. And Saturday, rain. So what we'll probably do is Friday we'll probably do a gaming stream to just do something different there to break it up a bit. Sunday, rain. Monday, rain. Well, it is England, isn't it, guys? So we're going to be doing a fair few alien radio signal hunts. But hey, it's all good. It helps us put in those hours and increase those statistical odds of detecting something there. Ask Alan. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Alan came here through space, so I think that settles it. And Wayfind, hello, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. It's those likes and those shares, guys, that helps reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. Enki, the good god, and showed the seven heavens, concentric rings outside the ice wall. I don't know enough about it there. Well, loving the stickers there, and it's Alan VS. There we go. He's just showing up. I was taken to a football match at the weekend, Raf. I'm not a sporty person, but I thought I would go with some family and I'll stretch my abilities out there. And it was good. I mean, I'm not a sports person, but they're much more athletic than I realised. I mean, that sounds silly. I know it was a lot of cardio, but they're much more athletic than I realised there. Where are we? Up to date there. Well, apparently there isn't space, Carl. That's what I'm learning. So yeah, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight, searching the stars, hoping to hear ET say hello. Over the years, there have been a handful of interesting signals detected on this frequency, most notably the WOW signal from back in the 1970s there, but there have been more since then. In fact, the frequency of potential signals detected has been going up over the decades, to the point where in the, I think it's 2018, 2019 time, we were getting a multiple in at a time. They do say as well, sadly we can't point at a dish here, but our closest stellar neighbour, if you've got a big enough telescope or dish, you can listen to our closest neighbour, who is sending a irregular signal, apparently. So yeah, lots of interesting candidates available. My other favourite is the Ross 128 signal. So Ross 128 is a red dwarf star about 11 light years from us, I think. So quite close. It's on our street in stellar terms there. But what's interesting about that particular star is we know that there are planets in orbit around that star, and particularly there is at least one in that habitable zone. So we may have a location for the source of those signals. Oh, what does Pete think about it? Yeah, he's not on board. He's not on board. Actually, it'd be interesting because he's quite belligerent with it there. Although, how are we doing? Good to see you there. Anything new? No, not tonight. No, was you in tonight? Last night? Did you see the glowing crater that we spotted on the moon? Our first translunar phenomena. That was pretty cool, and hopefully it's going to be another moon stream tomorrow night. So hopefully we'll see some more action again there. You take the upgrade. Yeah, so not much at the second, but hey ho, the longer we do this, the higher our odds, our statistical odds of detecting a signal. They are traditionally very, very rare, but as we say, the frequency of signals detected is going up. There is a reasonable chance of the amount of hours we put in for us to get a nice clear signal. What would ET say if we got a signal? We don't know. And it'd probably be unlikely, oh, there goes the internet connection, typical. It'd probably be unlikely that we would be able to translate any message there. We don't know what their language is. We don't know what their thought process is. You know, do they share enough in common with us to ask the same questions and talk the same way? God knows. But the fact that if we were able to detect a signal that was definitely not coming from this Earth and was definitely technological in nature, there would be a massive, massive, massive win. The main issue with the previous signals that have been detected is this repeatability there. Lots of them tick the boxes. They come where we would expect them. They look exactly what we would expect them like. They seem to be coming from places where we would expect it as well. But the main reason that we haven't gone Eureka, we have 100% evidence of intelligent extraterrestrial life sending us a message, is because these signals haven't repeated. And what they need to do to 100% say that, you know, look, it wasn't a fluke, it wasn't an error, it wasn't some technical interference, they need somebody else to point their dish at and hear that signal too. And the problem is, people, just when they get these signals, they are so quick. You know, they're only on screen for a short period of time. With the Earth's rotation, these dishes will sweep on, over and off a target within 30 to 90 seconds there. So the time they've noticed these signals is normally much later, and therefore somebody else points their dish back at that star, it's gone. So they don't have that confirmation there. But that also doesn't mean that those signals aren't. It doesn't disprove it, because it isn't there at all. So there. It's going to happen soon, V. 100%. You can feel it. We're putting money on it. So what do they think the curvature of the Earth is from a high altitude? I forwarded the paper. Could well be. I don't know. I don't know that. I wonder what the answer is there. Oh, it kicked you out again, V. Oh, it's a shame. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted tonight. Going for me, I'm reading the messages and getting it there. They are. It's interesting. It's not won me over yet. Yeah, I'm definitely open to things though. But I'm a big fan of just literal cause and effect. And for me, I can't imagine that somebody like, say, example, Musk would be building rockets just to keep up the charade of something like that. He doesn't seem to me like the sort of person that does things. He's a very first principles thinker, you know? So I'd admit, well, why is he doing that if that doesn't work, if you can't launch satellites? you know, because at the end of the day, I don't really know the science. I'm not particularly qualified to understand a lot of it. So you have to go on your gut with some of these as well. Oh, the problem is that that static there starts to send me to sleep ever so slightly there. But yeah, what are we gonna do? We've got, so it'll be gaming stream probably Friday night. It's going to be rainy, so we won't mess around too much with that. I'll probably do that over on that one, the purple platform there. Might just see if we can get all of you lot over there for a special night of gaming. But tomorrow night probably be a moon stream if the weather plays ball as planned. And then Friday at 11 PM we'll be doing our deep dive. That's over there. And if you use the link in the bio, it's free for the first month. We're going to be looking at the whistleblower that claims to be a molecular biologist who has worked with the biologics and the genetics of the grey aliens. It's very, very interesting, and said it's free with that link as well there. He seems like he wants to go to Mars, and he has a way, yeah. It's I think so. We're going to do a Twitch night until before the deep dive. But yeah, we're going to do I'll probably just do a solid Twitch night over there. So it could be interesting. I don't know what we're going to play. I've actually, it's a bit of a vote for you guys. What should we play? Should we do Phasmophobia again, or should we play? I've also got, is it Kerbal Space Program, where we can together build rockets and launch little creatures into space. There, it's a bit of an older one. It could be funny there. See, this is the problem with, and I'm going to play devil's advocate over for YouTubers, guys. The problem is, we'll assume you guys are right there. You're absolutely rubbish at marketing that side of the camp there. You have to warm people up. You have to kind of give people an incentive to do the effort there, because, you know, assuming you're right there and you've got a lot of interesting videos that might answer all those questions, that's a lot. There's a lot of calories, a lot of brain power required, and time, which is a resource there. So if somebody's going through their day-to-day life, going through their existing understanding of the world that isn't flat in their eyes, and you want to kind of explain it to them, well, they need a reasonable push to then go to look the other way. There, you need to have an in, you need a spokesperson, you need somebody charismatic that's going to kind of give people a few little hooks, go, okay, I'm interested, and then kind of lure people to do that. By dumping people with, like, you know, 16 hours of work, it's not going to happen. And looking forward to the deep dive. If anyone hasn't watched the deep dive, go over. It's very important. I do love our deep dives. They're a little bit different to this. Normally these are much busier, so we don't get a chance to really talk. Although tonight, in fact, this week it's been nice and relaxed, so we can go into a little bit more information. But yeah, the deep dives, we do go into the details because they're over on the other platform there. Everybody comes in, and then we can hear your opinions, your thoughts as we're reading through there. Does it match up with the other things that you have read and your gut feeling around the phenomena? And yeah, it's a good chance to read it. So I am enjoying doing those, stretching the old grey matter there. Yeah, you need a spokesperson. And we have a similar issue, Kate, as well, don't we? And with everybody, we're talking about the UFO, and that's why I'm open to having people of the flat Earth opinion in here. I know a lot of you guys don't like it, and it's a bit of a friction. I don't believe that way, but I'm open to it because to other people, you know, we're like that, and we have this issue that because we've seen things, we've got the knowledge there, but somebody in going through their day-to-day life, you know, haven't thought about the UFOs, haven't thought about aliens, you know, we need to kind of we've not got as big a problem. There is a good entertainment angle with UFOs that Flat Earth doesn't have, so there is a way in to it there. Or is it a red alert on the Aura app? Well, if you guys got clear skies, maybe you'll catch that. Sundance, how are you doing over there? How has the world been treating you? Good to see you. It's a bit cloudy here, but we had a really good moon streamer last night there. Exactly, V. All ideas are welcome, as long as everyone's respectful and doesn't try and force everybody to believe their ideas there. then yeah, you can come in and share your perspective on it all there. And cool water, no such thing. Which was that for? Was that for no such thing as aliens or no such thing as flat Earth? We were touching on a few there. What are you on about, cool water? You can do what you like, I don't really care. But what do you mean? I'm curious. Oh, I think you're interesting. All right. Yes, a lot of Northern Lights, you lucky. Yeah, we're getting this, just mentioned now, it's a red alert for the old Aurora app around here, but nothing so much, sadly. Nothing down here that we can see. If you've got any good video, Sundance, or images, I want to see them there. It's rough. I mean, I know the feeling. It's always good to be humble, isn't it? Been caught out a few times. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, we need to be kind of open to other people, don't we? And these things around. But I think, yeah. Oh. Might have to leave you with Alan in a second. Won't be for long. But I want to double check that the sky hasn't cleared and we can't even get the camera out for a little bit there. And just as I say that, some cloud, yeah, absolutely no. Yeah. I'm just curious of what in particular, because I don't mind having debates, but I did just quickly check that person's bio, and the first line in their bio was that no scams or you will be deleted. So if they're putting that in their bio, that's the equivalent of Facebook doesn't have the permission to use my image for whatever. I think they're a little bit nervous of the internet, and to be honest, probably quite fair. It is a pretty strange place, isn't it? There. Where are we? Oh, I didn't do it. I was just having a look. Takes a lot for me to block them. I'm going to go see if you can see the aura. One day I'll see it. One day. Who was it that sent me? Was it Harko that sent me some absolutely stunning, might have been Ayub, pictures of the aura recently, and not over here, probably Norway again, somewhere like that. But it was the green and the reddy purple, just absolutely stunning, like together. Never seen the two colours together before. But those patterns, they think, don't they, could be the ones that are depicted in cave art. This is sort of like the human shapes and stuff. There's a very similar pattern that happens. Obviously the waves, but you get these weird. What is it when you get it in sound? Is it somatic patterns? There's a similar one for these. There's like a range of different ones that I think have been reflected in cave art there. Oh, is it cloudy there, Kate? Never mind. I'm still tempted to check, because if the moon's bright, we can still get the lens on it. But then, if we're going to be doing a moon stream tomorrow, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we've got a few things coming up. So yeah, we'll probably do a Twitch. A Twitch gaming stream over on Friday. So regulars, you'll have to catch us over on the Twitch for that one. We'll figure out what we're going to play. Maybe Kerbal, maybe we'll do the other one there. Got UFO Danny. Oh, we were up to 53% on the signal there. So yeah, nothing in at the minute, though we still have this really clear interference signal there, but it's been with us the whole damn time, so it's not interesting. Not that interesting at the minute there, but yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll roll over to the Skywatch, I think. Not Skywatch, sorry, the deep dive over on the Friday there. Oh my god, my daughter was playing Michael Jackson's Haunted House. What? I've never heard of that. Sounds like a hilarious game. I'm looking at that now, Amanda. And your daughter was great. She had brilliant stream energy. Hello, Stephen. Good to see you in there as well. And guys, what do you think of the Age of Disclosure? I found it excellent, really perfect for persons deep into the topic of people wanting to know more. I think you're right. What frustrates me about the Age of Disclosure is the price. Not just because I don't want to pay it, and I'm poor, because I keep sending Christmas presents to the wrong address. I'm like somebody's personal Santa there. But because I think the people that really need to see something like that are going to be the people that aren't into the topic already. You know, they don't know that there is all this gold, this possibility there, and I think that price barrier is just going to get in the way of them seeing that. And I think it's going to be perfect for them. All of those people with all those experiences are going to really push them over the edge if they can just see it. So if it ever goes free to view, I think that's when the chance gets in the way there. Michael Jackson horror game. We might have to do that. I think Friday, that sounds brilliant there, Amanda. And it's very on topic for us. But hey, it does sound funny there. So that's why they've started. They may well have done it, because that is the thing, isn't it? If it was free to view, you can imagine all of the people that may well have been on the fence about the UFO phenomena, you know, the casuals. They haven't really made up their mind either way, which is going to be the bulk of it. If that then started playing, you know, or if it was available there and had a good cover image, maybe they would put it on, especially with the news hype that's been around it lately. Maybe they would have been curious, but not at that price there. So I think it's going to be so frustrating there. I think that's right there, yeah. And I agree with myself. I was kind of surprised it is not free on Prime, especially since Sunbroke, yeah. But I really wanted it. I've been debating it. You know, I'm not like morally against paying the price. They put a lot of work into it. And, you know, I think it might even justify the price. But it's just going to be that damn barrier, isn't it, to the people that really need to see it. It's still on my list. We are debating doing a movie club special with our community on Discord. But it's going to be expensive there. Same as well, Kate. Again, it's not very accessible, but also it might just be quoted as well. You need a real mathematician to know if they're understanding it as well, that end, or just quoting. And Carl, is it a hee-hee horror game? I hope it's a hee-hee horror game there. Any heard about this train gone missing in America? No, I heard about a plane. There was was it one of their, not communication, one of their deep sort of radar ones, wasn't it, that went wonkies? I saw a post about it, but I haven't seen anything else. It's a hee-hee horror game. It does tickle us. That could be a good laugh. I've got it up now, so I will have an explore of this after the stream, see if we can do something silly like that for Fridays. Because I mean, bloody hell, look, if it's even this quiet, we might as well do that as well over on the Twitch. And hey, if the stamp is there, that'll be 2 stamps in one night, guys, passport holders. I think I heard of a plane going missing. It was one of their radar, I think they're, long distance radar planes. I saw a post, but I haven't seen a lot of mention about it, so maybe it was fake. I don't know. Amanda, it's it's twitch.tv, I think. That's the logo there. Basically, it's the live streaming platform, but for gamers. So it's like a dedicated gaming one, really. So yeah, we'll be over there, twitch.tv. But we're the same name. You'll find us over there. I think we should even have a link actually in our bio to it, so you should be able to join us. Yeah, it does have an app as well. Yeah, be warned, there's a pain. You get ads at the beginning, but then it's normally alright. But yeah, it's essentially just like any other one, but it's horizontal. So I don't think there is Kate there. Now that is Xena. That's I'd not heard that part of the backstory before. Yeah, it's both Amanda. So you can get it on the website, on browser there, or they do have an app there. So that's twitch.tv, but TWITCH. Yeah, but that's what the logo looks like there. And we are at the thing, a UFO. So we'll be over there, I think, for Friday evening. Until then, we roll over to Patreon, where we'll be doing the deep dive. And hopefully, if that stamp has arrived, yeah, that'll be two in a row for you passport holders there. In one night, what a deal. Oh, hey. Yeah, so it could be good fun, that. I've got the game up now. I think I've got the game. I hope it's... Is it PC? I hope it's on Steam. Hopefully that doesn't start auto-playing very loudly. What is it? Sorry, I'm distracted here. Come on, skip the ads. I want to hear about this. That looks brilliant. What's it on? Oh, it is. Oh, excellent. I'm glad. Yeah, I will find it. We'll get distracted by the videos there. Sorry, guys. It looks very funny. It's cool. Ralph, yeah. I mean, this is the thing. It could be and I mean, I don't know how literal the texts are when it comes to the flat Earth versus the religious versus the whatever are there. But you know, you never be surprised about what gets lost in translation there. You know, they could be talking about the same thing, just over the years the words and the definitions have evolved and kind of pointed us in slightly the wrong direction there. So we might all be talking about the same sort of things there. Now I want a Mars bar. Damn it, you guys. Oh. Been getting messages. Apparently. Oh, excuse me. That yawn caught me off guard there. Yeah, not much activity tonight, but then, hey-ho. Oh, was touching on the 53%. Fancy. Oh, man, any chocolate would do, Carl. Any chocolate there. You know, same V. I'm hunting for the location. I just saw a little bit of a video of somebody playing with it there, and it looks, it does look quite funny. A deep fried one. It's a sound we hear, the sound of space tracking for real. I love it. It's some very relaxing vibes. Some people really hate it, but yeah, it's a real one. So if I turn the music down. So that is actually what is coming in through radio. That's the sound of the radio signal there that's coming through at the minute on this frequency. And it's called the cosmic microwave background. And it's what scientists theorise is the remnants of the Big Bang, the leftover energy there that we're tuning in. Same as the old static on your old TVs there. But yeah, that's what that sounds like. I quite like it. Oh, Milky Way Crew. I keep seeing them in the supermarket, V, and I'm like, I should. But I remember that they were just too good. So at least if I can't quite remember them, I have a chance of not eating too many. What's that? Weird. Sorry. Tittle's coming up with little messages there, distracting me. There. Where we go. Tick. What if the so-called Atlas view of a flat Earth with an ice wall and other continents? What if it's, yeah, maybe it would be an interesting turn of events there. They are amazing. I loved them as a kid. It is a nice sound, yeah. Tried a Twix one of them, nowhere near superior. Oh my god, they're messing with the classics. Trying to think, I must have some sort of treat in the house. This is the problem with living in the country. There's not even like a 24-hour garage nearby that I can pay extortionate amounts for a chocolate bar, which I suppose is a good thing, but it doesn't feel like a good thing this time. Oh, ice wall being Ice Age, Old World versus New World, maybe. Yeah, you never know. I think a lot of this stuff, I think, no smoke without fire. I think it's probably just where we're interpreting all these things differently. And it doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong. I mean, ultimately there will be a correct and not. But we interpret things based on our understandings and our experiences there, and that's why you get that separation of religious. A lot of the religious books talk about mostly the same sort of things. They've just got their own particular flavour, mostly. Obviously there are some outliers there, so it does seem to me, again, it's this different cultural interpretation throughout the years, and it does make you wonder, is it all coming from the same source there? Oh, I spent so much. We had an M&S one near us a few years ago. I spent far too much money in that petrol station there. Well, I didn't have any. I do want to try the Galaxy one. Yes. I mean, I'll try it. I'd even try the Twix one. Got to be a connoisseur of these things. You got to know. They keep looking at me. The problem is, it's B&M with all of the weird crossovers of the brands that you like. That's the one that always gets me. It's like, but I really do need to try curly whirly flavoured cough syrup or something. It always gets me there. 2 miles. That's no distance, Agent X. You could go on a yomp to that. There is a parallels to every religious story, and a lot of the space stories, so there's a route for it. I think so. It does feel like that convergence if you go far enough down the train there. Same with the floods and all this sort of stuff, the origins. Some of those are weird. Yeah, some of them are definitely there. It is if you don't have a car, but I don't. Use my legs. Okay, yeah, 2 miles is a bit, but it's doable if you really want a snack. If you've got a sweet tooth like me, if it was 2 miles, there's one literally on there's a service station on a bypass kind of out of town, and it's a long walk. It's a long walk, but I have debated it. I have very much debated doing that at 2 in the morning. I don't know. I want to try all of them. It's like the slush puppy flavoured hair gel and whatever it might be that they have at those places. I could spend far too much money there. Maybe I'll do that for Christmas. No, wait, no, I can't. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for a brightly coloured label on a crossover. I have to pass the gym before you get to the garage. I'd have to pass the church. I go, my sinful life on the way for snacks there. There's plenty of ancient nuclear explosions and proof of a great flood. There definitely is, isn't there, of the great flood, and there is this evidence pointing to a past, sort of nuclear activity. I find it very, very interesting there. Oh, at least they've got it all. B&M's is a wonderful, magical place of weird crossover products there. Alan swears by it. do you have Just Eat or Uber Eats? We've got Just Eat, but there's not much on it at all. There's like a local kebab house. Are you allowed in though? Can you get to the fence there, Agent X? You just can't cross the threshold. Yeah, see, that is, you're getting to the point now where you might as well just... I don't think we've got same day here, but it's quick enough. I'm going to get into the dangerous territories of multi-packs and, retail-sized packaging if I start getting my snacks from Amazon. The problem is I don't know when to stop. So if I order if I buy a share-sized packet of, or a multi-pack of crisps, I will eat most of the packets of crisps. I stop when I've run out. There's no internal gauge or self-control. So if I start ordering in bulk, I'm buggered. That'll be the end of me. I would agree that the chocolate treat is looking directly at my kids, as the shopkeeper is rubbing his hands together about how much I'm about to spend on them. Oh, yeah, that and Roblox Bucks gift cards there as well. Drumstick flavoured shampoo and Palmer Violet scented candles. Yes, exactly. Chris made a potato. You're trying to get me to say potatoes again. There's evidence of a recent mud flood of Tartaria in the 1800s, and the buildings were found and not built. So I've touched on the mud flood, because something like that does get my interest. But there is and I've not looked deep in this one, so I'm not going to claim that this is the whole write-off there. But it put me off looking deeper, because I caught a couple of videos. They're quite popular on this whole mud flood thing. That basically they start doing their slideshow of all these older images and stuff, and I think one of them, the famous one, is like the US Capitol building, and you can see where they've dug underneath it, and they're going to look at all those columns and those structures. And the problem is those columns are piles which you put in to retain the mud when you're digging out something else there, or you do them for deep foundations and things. It's just very standard building practice. I've been on sites where we've been putting those in, and we've done work exactly like that. So when you start to see evidence like that, you can't paint the whole of everything that's going to be going there with that brush. But I immediately go, well, if you don't know that bit, then what's the likelihood of the other? What's your criteria to vet the other evidence there as well, and the areas that I don't know about? So when I saw that, I was just kind of like, I'll wait until somebody else does a good deep dive on that one. And I haven't seen it yet there, but yeah, there was, what else was it? Cheetos blusher. Now that would make you blush, wouldn't it? There. Yeah, I'm open to anything there, but I don't at the minute. I think with you there, Stephen, on that one. Doritos shower gel, that would sting a bit, wouldn't it? On that one. So yeah, until I've seen some sort of interesting or more interesting evidence on that one, I think a lot of it out there is just people not necessarily knowing. I was disappointed, actually. I won't say who it was, but there was somebody in our UFO space that I quite liked. They were doing a live, looking at all the mud flood stuff, watching and doing some of the videos, and it was just one of those ones that, like, it showed what they didn't know, and that's fine. You don't have to know everything, but then you start to go, if you don't know these things, what's your vetting criteria like for other stuff? And I was a little bit disappointed in seeing that, which is a shame from this particular person. But yeah, there was that, and they were talking about the scaffolding on the structures like that, and it's like, yeah, it wasn't as interesting there, sadly. But hey, there might be some actual, decent evidence in amongst it all. I'm open to it if it does pop up. Where are we there? Oh yeah, Zena, I totally. To take our literal. What do we say? So the understandings that we have culturally, whether it's our history, the linear progress and development there, whether it's our science, whether it is our histories and all this sorts of stuff there, it's never going to be objective truth there. It's going to be the whittled down soft version that it's going to be functional, it's going to be facial enough. There's always going to be details and stuff. It's just the argument is how much isn't true, and I think there's a strong case that actually some fundamental parts are definitely not. There's some really interesting stuff, especially going back to history. The mud flood is one that I haven't seen the interest on, but there's still so many other interesting bits that I think we've got it totally wrong. Or at least we're pushing the narrative that it's totally wrong. So I would totally agree on that. I'm not convinced we're exactly, Kate. Yeah, so I feel a bit like a kid in a sweet shop or a geek in a library. You're going, look at all of these wonderful things around us. So I'm enjoying them. And then at some point I'll go, yes, I'll take that one with it. But at the minute, So actually, Jolly, I agree with you of those things. They are interesting. Some of those things are interesting there. But they're not necessarily conclusive either way. But some of those things are very, very, very interesting there. They require us to at least take a look. And the mainstream definitely doesn't. At the minute, it just ignores rather than, wants to explore those ones. Government fake theories, exactly, there. And Amanda, how are we doing there? Oh, good night. Well, thank you for being with us as always, and thank you for the great game suggestion. We'll hopefully catch you tomorrow as well there. I think so. I think it's just the way that a lot of it, not all of it, I think there's an active component of misinformation at play always, but I also think it's just the way as humans that we transfer knowledge in a sort of a very lossy file format, basically. And some of the old photos don't make any sense. It looks like what the world would look like if the Romans never fell, and somehow it's all destroyed within 200 years. Where did all those photos come from? Oh, I don't know if I've seen those ones, but that would be interesting. God, could you imagine? Roman architecture there and Greek is all so heavily influencing us thousands of years later, isn't it? Which is interesting alone that can have that effect this far down the chain, let alone how it affects us politically, how our social structures are formed there. And how there is about 99% humans were modified too. Many anomalies in the genes. Yeah. So again, there's interesting things around all of this. I'm definitely open to a lot of that. And we cover a little bit in the deep dive, talking about the molecular biology of the greys there. When we're going to be doing this deep dive on Friday, it kind of touches on that and our human interaction with it. It's very interesting. I didn't know that, Zena. But I think there's some interesting questions to answer here. I know I'm definitely not qualified. I don't understand the genetics, the principles, but there are some things like this which scream out to you and go, are you sure, lads? Are you sure? But I'm definitely open for there to be a very complicated argument for it, but it has to be a good one to justify it there. Not our direct lineage. You can make the case, we've said before, that we would be suited, wouldn't we, to somewhere a little bit less gravity, a little bit further from the sun, maybe somewhere like Mars. So maybe you're right. And Romans built the roads that are still in one piece, yet my local council can't fix a pothole. V, I feel you there, but, right, do you want to hear this, right? Over here, in wonderful Wiltshire, Tickers, who's in our chat there, he spotted a pothole the other day, emailed the council, fixed within 24 hours. It's still happened. There are, yeah, I know. In Essex, those roads were abysmal, absolutely abysmal. But here, I don't know what it is about Wiltshire. They still do actual things here. It's crazy. I've said this before, but it blew my mind, right? Not only do they cut the grasses here, everywhere's all tidy, but there was a council guy going around removing the weeds from the path up to people's properties, you know, the little gap against the curb and then against the houses, actually scrubbing all of that out. The councils actually maintain things around here. Now that's a conspiracy, right there. DNA has been changed. Look up Lloyd Pye. Oh, I don't know anything I've seen about Lloyd Pye there. But there's got to be more evidence within the DNA. Something more, I think, literal, isn't it? Yeah, you know, like, I'm sure there's going to be some more evidence within that there. Must be a Victoria. Oh, well, this is actually quite a poor town. Hence why I could afford to live here. So, I mean, the council tax is high. I'll give it that. But I don't think it's the same population density as like Essex. You're just crammed neck to neck and things like that. But yeah, it's not a particularly wealthy county. In fact, there's quite a lot of towns locally around here that are quite a little bit too rough, a little bit familiar to Essex. This isn't that bad, but it's definitely not well to do at all. I just think the councils don't spend their money on silly things. Yeah, and see, I think that's a totally fair point to have the questions. And I also don't think it's silly to have the question. I think a lot of the time that we would ask, you know, a scientist in this field, and they'd laugh at having these questions because to them it's probably quite basic. But the amount of times in my life where somebody who's a specialist, so I one of my previous incarnations of work, I would kind of just solve problems for people, and I don't have any particular skill sets, right? But I can work with people that do. I know enough about what it is. I know whether you're doing web design, web development, there, anything like that. I know enough about what you do. I can't do it myself, but I can tell you how to do it. And the amount of times that, you know, these web developers will go, "Oh no, you just can't do that. You can't do that thing." I go, "Well, what about this, and this?" And they go, "Oh yeah, you can," like that. You know, just because they're, you know, the authorities doesn't mean that they know how to do it. Sometimes they need that outside put and they to reframe it, I think, there. And too many quick jumps. How much street? There's 6 months. Honestly, they never filled any in Essex. It's only here. I'm surprised. And actually, Jolly, I like that phrase there. If you appeal to authority, then it's already been figured out, but are they correct? So this is the thing, a lot of people do. Okay, right, we've just got another, sorry, Joel, I'll get back to that one. But TikTok fans, let me just read you this out, right? Just come up now, so I'm not sure what I've said here. Your live is not eligible for recommendations and has been restricted in search results as we have detected suspicious activity that may violate our integrity and authenticity policies there. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal the decision, and we'll appeal it, and they never do. There. Appeal not approved immediately. What have I done that they've... absolutely useless there, but no, Jolly, I totally agree with that one. This is the thing, you know, it speeds it up if we can, you know, put the responsibility on somebody else. You know, oh, they've already figured this out, but are they right? Because sometimes the answer changes as well, and our brain should never have got this big. It doesn't make sense at all there. And we're the only sapiens that can identify ourselves in mirrors. We have an alien consciousness. It's not from this world. There are some questions to be answered there. Authority is questioned. No exception. Oh, exactly, Kate. Just the sheer existence of authority upsets me. The pace we developed language made no sense either. Yeah, they even did. Some mathematician came out recently and said, look, the amount of individual steps for abiogenesis, for life to have. Is it still frozen? Hold on. Let's have a look. Is it working now? Just double check and try and load the stream myself, see if it's working. Oh, hold on. I think we're down over on the TikToks there. So I don't know if you can even still hear me over there, but it's a sentient system guarding the planet. Very interesting there. Absolutely useless. Sorry guys, yeah. You're a green Santa hat after 10:50. Exactly, it's obnoxious. There. Link between native people and ET. I remember something like that in the stories there. This is why I hate that platform. Anyway, I'm going to come off of no, that's the wrong one. No, that is the right one. Anyway, let's wind that one up. And then I can focus exclusively on YouTubers for the next 5 minutes. It's not that long there. Cut-off stamp. I'm going to forget all the pre-stamps. Alright, let's close that one down. So, where are we? There. If I see orbs tonight, I'll try and hit you up. Oh man, 100%. I'd love to see it. Yeah, if you get any good ones, do let us know. And cave art was found, wasn't it? True, yes. Again, lots of cave art actually references, I say lots, but there is a handful of cases in there that they do reference what look like aliens and things like that. I think the native Indians. Oh, awesome tank. Skies are clear. Lucky, rubbing it in. How's it not? What's that? Hold on. Yeah, I think that's over. Is it over the east coast there? Tank. Get it around the right way. Yeah, and if you're a TikTok refugee, you're coming over here from TikTok. TikTok decided we got a ban. It said that we wasn't authentic or something, and then decided to freeze our stream. So thank you TikTok for that one. Over Beach 3 nights in a row. I wonder what the attraction is to that area there. Is there something nuclear in the area that they're attracted to? Is it like a base for them? Something like that? Wonder what the attraction is there. Yeah, roll call. Stating out who's joined us over here. We won't be on for much longer. In fact, not many. It was up to 17. We've lost a few since then. When we find out these orbs are fifth dynasty plasma consciousness, what then? I like that. I like the plasmoids theory there, that plasma could be a form of intelligent life for a lot of these. I don't know if it explains all of it, but I think it would explain a hell of a lot of the sightings that we put under the UFO category there. Oh, Stephen, they're not. They're an absolute nightmare platform. In fact, YouTube is now, and bear in mind, YouTube Live has like pretty much zero discovery, whereas TikTok puts you out to people, doesn't it? We're getting, it's almost as much discoverability on YouTube as there is on damn TikTok now. If we, organic craft. Well, that's another angle. The craft as well being, organic in nature, maybe sentient even. And what if they're just tech from another realm? It's another possibility. Oh, what was we talking about? I can't remember now. Oh no, that is it. The mathematician was talking about life starting, so abiogenesis, which is life starting from nothing, like an independent case of life, not seeded from everywhere, just forming, possibly from one of those primordial soups they talk about there. So the idea, this mathematician went like, how many steps involve, like each mutation required to get us to just cellular life, from zero to cellular life? How many individual steps of chance of there would have had to have happened? So there just hasn't been enough time on Earth for that to have happened. So life in some form must have come to Earth very, very early on for then us to develop from here. So at the very least, there's that they're putting that forward there as well. Well, hopefully. It'd be nice if they were. Can they help us with TikTok, though? TikTok's definitely not here to help us there. We mostly see the Guardian system with occasional visitors. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I think we do get quite a range of different sightings, don't we? So there's a few different things probably going on at once there. And again, I'm open to the Sphere Network as ones, maybe. I'd like to know more about the why. That still needs to be an answer for me. I think. Why go to all that effort? What is so important? What is its job? Good question there, Kate, would they? Oh, we're coming up to the end now, guys, so we're going to wind up here for tonight, but we'll be back on tomorrow at 9 p.m. UK time. Hopefully it'll be a clear sky, so it'll be a moon stream or a skywatch there. You'll be joining us for that one, so do make sure you join us over for that one. Thank you, everybody, for keeping us company tonight and your interesting conversation. It's been a bit slow on the radio front, but hey-ho. Thank you again, everyone. You're awesome, and do appreciate you all there, especially the gifters, subbers, people tapping away, liking and sharing. You're amazing there. But yeah, thank you.